Yes.
Anytime. Good luck, Chris. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Michael. Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Bonnie. I'm one of the ministers, and it's great to see you here. And it's also great to acknowledge that we are live streaming, and welcome to the folks online as well. We're going to start with a few announcements. Go ahead and grab them. All righty, here we go. Okay. So, we have a website, www.venturacsl.org. We have a choir, Hearts and Harmony Choir. It's a really super fun group, and they do a beautiful job. They rehearse most Sundays from 11:30 to 12:30 in person downstairs. If you'd like to join the choir, come and speak to one of us. We'll point you in the right direction, and everyone is welcome. We also have a science and spirituality group that meets every third Wednesday of each month, 6:30 to 8:30. It meets in person and also online. It's hybrid. And this month they are reading Power versus Force by David Hawkins, and they're covering part 3. Feel free to just jump in there if you want to participate in that. I think that's all I have for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and call forth Bill Hadris, who is Youth and Family, and we'll go ahead and jump in. Here you go,
Excellent.
Bill. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Children like to join me?
Hey, Kaya.
Woohoo!
Good to see you, kiddo.
Help me today? All right. So we'll jump right into it. Ready? What choices did you make today?
I don't know.
You don't know? Did you eat breakfast? What'd you choose to eat?
A donut.
Donut. Whoa, that sounds yummy. Boys, did you pick out your outfit?
Yes.
What made you pick those clothes?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. How about your shoes?
I picked them out.
You picked them out? Why'd you pick out those shoes?
I don't know.
Okay. And you know, maybe on the way here, did things happen?
This morning, we went to Trader Joe's and we lost my brother's lollipop, and it ended up in my hair.
Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes things change, and they change suddenly and unexpectedly.
Right.
And we can have a lot of strong feelings about that change when it happens. Yeah. So when you got a lollipop in your hair, how did you choose to feel?
I don't know.
Don't know? Okay. What did you choose to do next?
My mom had to take it out of my hair.
Nice. Got some help with that. Perfect. Well, when you choose the change, no matter what, change becomes easier. Ernest Holmes said, we have the ability to expand the dimensions of our thought. And deliberately, we watch ourselves being transformed before our eyes. Ooh. So when we make a change or choose to think of it, we change ourselves. We can watch it all happen. You ever think of that?
Yeah.
Yes? Can you think of a time where you changed your thought and it changed you? You want to tell us?
Well, when I went at my friend's house and I came back, it changed me.
How did it do it?
By playing with my friend.
Playing with your friend? Yeah. We'll talk more about that later. When we choose to see things in a different way, we can always find a way to embrace the good and the things we cannot change. We must be aware what is the best thing to do and then do it. If we follow our inner guidance and then take action. Sometimes we just have to look up and be willing to see where and how we are being called forward. So I'd like to invite you all to repeat after me. Maybe. I create change.
I create change.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Here we go. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Thank you, Bill. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Thanks, everybody. All right, now we're going to have some prayer from our practitioner, Bill.
Good morning. Could I have all the practitioners and ministers please stand and assist me in anchoring this prayer? Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day it is. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. And as we take this time to pause and breathe in the goodness and recognize that special place within our heart, the one that occupies unconditional love, compassion, joy, trust, abundance, creativity, self-awareness, and the knowingness that we are enough. And as I recognize these qualities of spirit, I also recognize them within each and every one of us here today, that we're connected at the very source that we are. And I am so grateful for that awareness. And as I speak my word, as we enter into this service, of serving each other, serving ourselves, listening to the Spirit that grows our heart and empowers us to the next step, living in the now, being present, allowing Spirit just to enter into us and lift our hearts up and realize the awesome magnificence that each and every one of us are in this very moment. I give thanks for this day, for it's the day Spirit has made. I give thanks for our speaker today, Empower Michael. Thank you for our Reverend Bonnie and all she brings to this spiritual community through leadership and love. Thank you for our musicians and those who have stepped up to serve today, each and every one of us. Thank you, God, for all we have, the seen and the unseen, and trusting those gifts that we are given to change the world. Thank you, God. And I release these words into the universal law, knowing it is done. It is so. And join me in saying,
And so it is. Thank you, Bill. And so it is, and so we allow it to be as we breathe together and join our hearts as one, trusting and knowing that the wholeness of spirit infuses this sacred moment, this sacred sanctuary. It always has, it always will, but right now we draw our attention to it. Draw our attention to the knowing of oneness and wholeness and grace and kindness, peace. We draw our attention to the knowing of spirit, God, I am, higher power, whatever it is we choose to call it, it is here. It is right now expressing through each of us, in our bodies, in our hearts, in our minds, breathing through us, allowing us to be, allowing us to think. That force, that energy, that quantum field in which we all abide, in which we all live and move and have our being. And so we acknowledge that today together as we sing, I am remembering who I am, knowing that I am is again another word for God, for that divine energy that infuses our lives, and knowing also that it is not just about me or you, it is about all of us. It is about everything in this universe, animate and what we call inanimate. It is in the stars and the sun, in the grains of sand, in the trees and the flowers, in the butterflies. This I am is here right now. And so together, let us sing for ourselves, but also on behalf of everything, the cosmos. I am remembering who I am. And here we go. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am love. I am remembering. I am peace. I am remembering. I am wholeness. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am oneness. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. And living in the peace and the power of that oneness, that wholeness, the true I am presence. Let us breathe in deeply. And then exhale, gently opening our eyes in love and in service to what is, as it is, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you.
Good morning. Hi. Thanks for having me. All right, let's do it. Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful when the sky was full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle again. Then the child moved 10 times round the seasons, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like "when you're older" must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle again. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to cartwheels through the town, and they tell him, "Take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet too slow, the circle's down." And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on the carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle again. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams, and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle again, and go round and round and round in the circle again.
do an announcement for you first, and then I'll bring you up, okay? Thank you. Oh, goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Allison and Chris and Michael. Thank you, Allison, for making everybody cry once again. You too, right? Yeah. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you. Before we jump into the message from our beloved Michael, let's go ahead and just greet a few people standing by you. Say, why did you come to church today? And what brought you to church? Okay? Take just a moment. Balcony people. Okay. All righty. Here we go. Good job, y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodness. So it's my honor to introduce our guest speaker today, who is Michael Esselin. Michael's, yeah, right. Okay, let's just get it going here. Michael serves as a chaplain for the Sims-Mann UCLA Center for Integrative Oncology. Two-time TEDx speaker, Michael speaks extensively to healthcare professionals, patient populations, and faith communities across the country. Long serving as adjunct faculty at the Wiesenthal, did I say that right? Wiesenthal, okay. Yiddish German accent, okay. Wiesenthal, Center of Museum of Tolerance. He's also worked as an activist educator addressing anti-LGBTQ bias in the larger community for well over 35 years. In 2019, Michael was inducted into the UCLA Semel Institute Eudaimonia Society in recognition of having lived a meaning-driven life. Oh, yes. In early 2025, he was recognized as a champion of care by the Cancer Support Community Los Angeles. He has 4 volumes of CDs available for purchase after the service. Contact Michael through his website, www.michaelesselin.com. Michael, we love you already. Why don't you come on up here? Thank you. Okay, here we go. Love you. Have fun.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you all so much for welcoming me today. As an oncology chaplain, sometimes when I'm getting acquainted with a patient for the first time, I will often ask, tell me, what's a perfect day look like for you? Before you got sick, you don't have to work, you're feeling pretty good, what would that day be? And my intention is to find out in a quick and easy way what floats their boat, where they get their juice in life, where do they find meaning? And it can often be a very revealing answer, although sometimes I admit I do sit in judgment when someone fumbles for an answer. Oh, I don't know, watching TV, I guess. Carl, in his early 40s, newly diagnosed with lung cancer, took no time at all to respond. Oh, watching my son play soccer and then taking him out for an ice cream. That answer reveals so much, doesn't it? A few years ago, I had a patient, Kelly, who used to come to my weekly spiritual reflection group, and she gave me a little holiday gift. It was a teeny spool of thread wrapped up in a poem written by William Stafford. And the poem's called The Way It Is. There's a thread you follow. It runs through things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread, but it's hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen. People get hurt or die. You suffer and grow old. Nothing you do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread. Such a potent, powerful, succinct summation, isn't it? Carl had no trouble at all identifying his thread. Would you? What do you suppose yours would be? The older I get, the more my story unfolds. I find myself wondering if it's really as simple as all that. Is it really as clear as all that? Is the thread really unbreakable? Is it really unchanging? I thought I had a good grip on it, but then divorce happened, or cancer, or bankruptcy, or Parkinson's disease, or the career that seemed to define me, it vanished. Do I have to find a new thread now, or redefine the old one? Or is it enough to simply rest in my faith in the idea that the damn thread exists in the first place? If it does exist, and I like to believe that it does, it can be an arduous process of distillation to drill down and find it. A process that can take years, if not decades, I find. That kind of spiritual distillation, if you will, is a challenge that confronts so many on the cancer journey. If I can no longer be, do, or have what I once was before, who would I even be then? Do I even exist? If I'm no longer the super mom who never misses a soccer game or a birthday party, am I even still the mom? And yet, when we do have a good grip on the thread, it can be a stabilizing force. It can be a kind of guy wire seeing us through stormy times. But I'm wondering if that thread might be conceptualized, not just as a thread to run through our life or beneath our life, but what about a thread to wrap around our life, to hold it together, to give it some coherence, to help us find a place for all the disparate pieces of our puzzle, a puzzle that might have to be arranged and rearranged time and again because life simply demands it. But still, it's a challenge to drill down and find it. My sister, Terry, was a pioneer in women's surfing in the 1960s and 70s, competing at the national level. She even co-produced and co-directed the first professional women's surfing championship in 1975, the Hang 10 Invitational in Malibu. She just turned 77. She still loves to surf, though it grieves her that she can't do everything she once could, or certainly not as easily as you might imagine. She told me that not long ago she bumped into an old surfing chum from back in the day at the beach, and they were bemoaning this particular state of affairs. And he said, "Terry, you know what I came to realize? It was all about getting wet." I love that. I thought it was about big waves or thrills or competing or winning. It was really just about getting wet. That's distillation. As an old former professional dancer, I confront the very same challenge every Saturday in dance class, coming face to face with the limitations of a body that will not do what it once did. It's not easy. But a number of years ago, I came to a different relationship with those limitations that has everything to do with this idea of essence. I have never seen a dance performance that knocked me in the gut with more power, more intensity than seeing Donna McKechnie in the original Broadway production of A Chorus Line at the Schubert Theater in New York City in 1976. That was some kind of heady experience for this 21-year-old aspiring professional dancer from Los Angeles on his first trip to New York. Kind of transcendent, actually. Well, a number of years ago, Donna performed at an AIDS benefit in Los Angeles. She was maybe in her 60s at the time. She'd put on quite a bit of weight. She wore this big flowing caftan-like dress. And she offered a highly truncated version of her tour de force from A Chorus Line, The Music in the Mirror. Oh, there were echoes of the original choreography, remnants here and there, hitting a line, the flick of a head. I sat in my seat and just sobbed. Not out of sadness for what was lost or missing, but crying at the unmistakable beauty of essence, of her essence. An essence that might have even been camouflaged once upon a time by her youth and agility. In some ways, it was a more potent, more intense performance than had she been soaring across that stage at the Schubert in that red dress in front of that bank of mirrors. Distillation. I'd been told that Keith had been a brilliant architect, but by the time I met him, months after his glioblastoma diagnosis, that brain tumor had robbed him of all that brilliance. He found it nearly impossible to compose a coherent sentence. And yet, he still loved to see me every week, so we would meet. It's hard to have a conversation with him, but there was one sentence he used quite often, easily, readily. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As if his whole being had been distilled down to a sense of apology for not being who he once was, for not being able to communicate so clearly. I finally had to say, Keith, one rule in here. No more I'm sorry. We can use this hour any way you like. We can try to talk. We can sit in silence. We can meditate. We can pray. We can hum. I can hold your hand and we can just look at each other and cry. But no more I'm sorry. This has to be one place where you don't feel like you're letting down yet one other person by not being who you once were. I never got to know him in the context of his brilliance. And then I kind of fell in love with the guy. The sweetness of his smile, his tender heart, his gentle spirit. Distillation. Yes, it can be a challenge to drill down and identify that thread. But finding a way for it to wrap around our story, to hold it together, that's another matter altogether. Particularly when we've endured some kind of loss or tragedy. Such losses often demand that we let go of so much, most particularly our expectations of how we thought life should be, could be, wanted it to be, hoped it would be, needed it to be. Sometimes we even have to let go of hope altogether. At least hope that things will get better. In some situations, they will not. Guaranteed to get worse. Is it still possible to find a way to wrap that thread around our life, to hold it together enough for us to at least take the next steps that life demands of us? A couple of years ago, I got to take a wonderful 2-week solo trip to Turkey. And there I got a vivid reminder of something I've long known to be true. There's the thing and there's our experience of the thing. And they're not the same thing. Ask anyone and they will tell you one of the primo sights to see in all of Turkey is the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. And it is indeed magnificent. But on that particular Sunday morning, after waiting in an impossibly long line, going through security, navigating the hordes of visitors inside, my experience of the place did not begin to match the majesty of the architecture. By contrast, I had a far more meaningful, potent, even tearful experience visiting a far more modest 13th century wooden mosque called Eşrefoglu in a teeny village called Beyşehir. The experience of the thing is distinct from the thing itself. For well over 20 years, I served as a co-founder and co-director of GLIDE, Gays and Lesbians Initiating Dialogue for Equality. In those 20 plus years, I trained hundreds and hundreds of speakers to do this kind of work. Each one had to craft their own coming out story to share as part of the engagement. I would always counsel them, invite them, encourage them to share their experience, not their story. Their story is just the facts. I came out to my mom when I was 16. The experience, on the other hand, might sound like, for me, coming out to my mom was the big one because I stood the most to lose there. If my mom rejected me, I'm in trouble. I was so scared. Following that through line of our experience of our life story might just lead us to our thread, no matter how we interpret it. And that's the thing. That through line of experience is always open to interpretation and reinterpretation. Esther was this luminous spirit, an art historian, a scholar, a professor, a curator. I met her on the first day of chemotherapy being treated for ovarian cancer. And after I got done getting acquainted with her, I tell you, I was ready to quit my job then and there just to go back to school and study German Expressionism under Esther. Her spirit was that infectious. Well, after decades of scholarship and teaching and study, she was given the chance of a lifetime. She was invited to curate a major retrospective exhibition of the German Expressionist master painter Max Beckmann at a world-class museum. She was over the moon. This was something she had dreamt of. But the thing is, these things need to be planned years in advance. Could she make that commitment, given her diagnosis, given her treatment regimen? And she wrestled with the questions, as you might imagine. But Michael, maybe I need to say yes. Maybe that's just the affirmation, the commitment I need to heal. What do you think? Sadly, her disease progressed rapidly, and she needed to decline the invitation. As we wandered through the rubble of her disappointment and her loss, we looked at what was really lost. What was the essence of it? And was it lost? Was the essence really about the recognition? Was it about the world-class museum? Was it even about the art? Or was the essence of her gift her passion, her capacity to inspire, to give breath to others? As she had countless students, myself included, one graduate student changed her dissertation, her field work, her whole course of study after one class with Esther. What if that passion and that capacity to inspire were Esther's version of getting wet? What if that's the thread that could wrap around her whole life and hold it together, give it meaning, as tragic as the ending was? A few years ago, I came upon an essay in The Atlantic in which the essayist drew a distinction between obituary virtues and eulogy virtues. Obituary virtues, when you think about it, often read like resumes. Just the facts. He was born here, went to school there, married this person, worked here, had these kids, retired, loved to play golf, and then he died. Eulogies, on the other hand, often reveal a far more nuanced, multidimensional version of who a person was. He was the guy who made you laugh. He's the one who showed up to help you move without being asked or paint your living room. Through one lens, the obituary might be the story of our life, just the facts. The eulogy might be our response to the story. How did we translate this story and create it in a way that we can engage with life, create relationship? What do you suppose it would mean if we recalibrated our lives today to focus on eulogy virtues rather than obituary virtues, just the boxes checked? Through one lens, I think following that through line of eulogy virtues through our lives might not only lead us to our thread, it might lead us for a way to wrap that thread around our story, give us that coherence for which we long. You know how some people, myself included, God knows, will post pictures on social media, Facebook, what have you, of a beloved dog or cat asking for prayers and blessings as their beloved family member faces some kind of health challenge. Your heart breaks for them. And then a day or two or a week, there's another photo as our friend shares their inconsolable grief over having had to say goodbye to their fur baby. You kind of die a little bit for them. You remember when it was your turn at that rodeo, or you live in dread of what's coming down the pike for you and your little guy. And then in a few weeks or months or 6 months, there's another picture, or 12, of the most adorable little kitten or puppy. Meet Oscar, everybody. Have you ever seen anything so cute in your life? I love him so much I can't stand it. I sometimes wonder if the specificity of that sweet little kitten or puppy matters at all. What matters is there's this deeper love, this longing that needs to be given away, and this is the little guy who showed up, so we're just going to love each other forever, and that's that. I certainly don't mean to denigrate the uniqueness of any of our little fur babies, God knows. But this love, I think, is bigger than our love for our beloved old dog or cat. It's bigger than our love for this sweet little kitten or puppy. It's bigger than all of us. That bigger love might be the very thing that's at the end of all of our threads. The sweet, uncomplicated, uncompromising love I felt from my grandmother Anne certainly points me in the direction of my thread if it isn't the thread itself. She's been dead for 36 years. And hers is a voice I still hear in my head. I carry it in my heart. She had a hard life. Grew up in a very poor, large Italian Catholic family, 10 siblings, beaten regularly by her father. After one such beating in which he broke a shovel across her back, she'd had enough. And that night, she ran away into the arms of the young man who would become my grandfather for no other reason than he was there. She was 15 years old. If that shovel hadn't broken, I wouldn't be here. Sadly, that marriage didn't last too long, but it did bring 3 children into the world. And to my grandmother's credit, she never, ever stopped looking for love, and she gave it away in abundance to her kids, her grandkids, her great-grandkids, her friends, her neighbors. My mom and I used to chuckle when we'd reminisce about Grandma, when you'd tell her about something bad that happened in your life, some tragedy. She would listen so carefully, and the most she would say is, well, keep your chin up, dearie. It sounds kind of flip, and it wasn't at all. It was so tender, and I think it reflected a kind of hard-won wisdom that she would have been hard-pressed to articulate, but a wisdom that would say that I know there's nothing I can do or say to make this any better. I'm not going to insult you by pretending there is and saying it. I just want you to know I love you so much. I don't want you to hurt. I want you to be happy. So the best I got, keep your chin up, dearie. I think that is a reflection of the bigger love. Sometimes patients will ask me for a prayer or blessing when we close a session, and I will often include this. May we keep our eyes and hearts open to recognize blessings that we don't know we're looking for. May that be so. I don't know, though. In the meantime, keep your chin up, dearie. So good.
Y'all, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. As you may know, and probably some of you are in the same position, I related very strongly to the part about the pets, right? Let us pray. Okay. So turning within in this soup of emotions that have been stirred up so beautifully and so respectfully and so kindly and so abundantly through our time here together, through Michael's words, through the power and the presence. Let us know that there truly is this one life we might call essence, we might call love, that bigger picture that contains all experience and that is that thread that runs through everything. Let us center our awareness into that essence right now, whether we know what it is or not, whether we can name it or not. Let us just know that it is there for us. It is who we are. It is in every experience. And perhaps it's like a lifeline guiding us to the next revelation, to the next place of deeper understanding, and to the next place of appreciation for this thing that we call life, this thing that we've all been sent here to do. And so in this place, I center into the awareness and knowing that I am not separate from this. I am one from this essence. I am one with this essence. This essence runs through me in every single detail, every single opportunity, every single triumph, every single failure, alleged failure, everything. This essence is here in each of us. And today, perhaps we can choose to heighten our awareness of it and to live from that place. To also begin to discern our individual essence. What does it look like in my life? Is it love? Is it kindness? Is it tenderness? Is it joy? What does moving into the wetness mean for us, mean for you? And we hold that with such great reverence and appreciation, for it has been given to us. It has been given to us and perhaps hidden in us so that we may have the joy of discovering it over and over and over again, each time going a little bit deeper, each time deepening in our understanding. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the mystery, grateful for the process, grateful for the essence, grateful for that which contains all opposites, grateful for love, grateful for kindness, grateful for the light, and grateful for the trust that it shines through everything. Even when it's hidden, it is there. In the spirit of gratitude, I say thank you. Thank you for this time together. Thank you for this blessing of being together in this community. Thank you for the transformation that is occurring not only in us, but in the world, because as we change ourselves, we lead by inner transformation. As we change ourselves, we have the power and the presence in the world to be the ripple of goodness that we long to see. And so I'm grateful for this and so much more. I bless this teaching as I bless all paths to God. Churches, synagogues, temples, mosques, ashrams, fundamentalists, atheists, agnostics, all beings everywhere. All beings in every shape, size, color, orientation, all beings everywhere, we bless them. And with a heart that is so filled with blessedness, I say thank you, Spirit, thank you, love, and I release these words into the divine mystery. And together we say, and so it is. Namaste. Thank you. We're going to have you come up and sing. We changed the order a little. So now it's your turn. Okay, thank you. Forgot to tell you. Sorry about that.
Okay, we have to have an agreement that if you cry, I get to cry. It happens anyway. But I'm so grateful to be here this morning, and I always do it flawlessly when I sound check with Chris, and then all these people come into the room and all this emotion gets fueled into what I'm doing here. So thank you for sharing the music with me. Thank you. Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I could have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy seems real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides, from up and down, and still somehow it's love's illusions. I recall I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions. I recall I really don't know life at all.
I'm going to use this mic, so maybe I sound as good as Allison.
Good luck, Jennifer.
Lonnie's heard me sing, so.
And you heard me sing. Well, attempt anyway. Michael, oh my goodness. Sometimes you come to service and you hear words you didn't know you needed to hear. Thank you. Oh, and I'm going to stick with boy, navigating that rubble of life, that is not easy. And I love to think of the thread as love. So thank you for that this morning. And Allison, thank you for continuing the crying. We're all a mess today. So in that beautiful spirit of love and connection and importance of community, I just invite you to do the offering prayer with me. We trust in spirit. Love is the giver and receiver of all that we are. We offer these gifts. They are an outer expression of our inner abundance and compassion. Our gifts bless many and return to us multiplied in miraculous ways so that we may give again. And so it is.
And while we're doing the offering, we'll cover a few more announcements. I have a clicker. Boy, oh boy. All right. Let's see what we got. We got everything I'm going to say is on our website at www.venturacsl.org. We're also on Instagram and Facebook if you participate on those social medias where everybody's sharing their new and old fur babies. That's my favorite part of the social media, so I'm all for it. Today we are continuing our bidding for Gourmets for God. So, all right, I'm going to do it. Who here has ever gone to a Gourmets for God party? Raise your hand. So if you don't have your hand up, look at all the people that have their hands up. And if you have any questions, you can ask one of them. But the parties are all listed. There's a booklet, pre-register, so we are sure to understand your name, your phone number, and most importantly, your email address. And then there's tons of parties to bid on, and that's in the social hall. We don't have it set up online, so if you're with our online community, please get down to church by the end of April and bid on some parties. We have coming up, I thought I took this all out. The Art and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment. It is an accredited course. It's going to be 4 weeks coming up. All right, it starts May 19th. It's a 4-week hybrid class. That's Tuesdays in the evenings from 6:30 to 8:30. That's going to be facilitated by me. So if you want to learn how to do those spiritual mind treatments, that's our form of prayer that we do with the Centers of Spiritual Living. It's coming up. So that's, like I said, May 19th. Sorry, y'all, I'm a little tired. I've just come back. We just had a CSL convention, so I've been in Reno all week, and I got back last night, and I'm just a little bit like, I'm a little sleepy. So the good news is that we have hospitality through these doors. If you're at home, I'm sure you have hospitality right there in your own kitchen. But we have coffee and treats back here. So I'm going to grab myself some coffee. And we have the Gourmets for God Bidding. And we have a bookstore with tons of books. And we have great people that you will want to connect with. So if you're here and you haven't braved the social hall, this is your challenge. Come back there, find somebody, and make that connection with some people. And if you would like to serve today, if you're looking for some ways to serve, I've got to just put it out there. I have a feeling after all of this crying, some of those tissue boxes might be empty. If it's empty, pick it up and throw it away for me, please. And if you want to know where there's some fresh new tissue boxes, I can point you in that direction. You can also help with the social hall. You can always help with hospitality, taking away plates or putting out plates. I always like having a job because I like to move around a little bit. So if you're like that and you want that, jump right in. If you want to anchor into anything that was said today, anchor into anything that might be coming up or anything that you're facing in the next week, we have practitioners here. They have white stoles on. There'll be several of us down here at the bottom, down here, and they love to pray with you. So if you want to do a closing prayer to be open to all of those blessings that are coming into your life, like Michael had said, then meet with a practitioner after service, and they'll help you anchor into that. All right. With that, I'm going to have everybody stand up. We're going to do our closing affirmation. Ready? I am held in Spirit's holiness, divinely guided by wisdom, courage, and love. I am always connected. I am love. I serve love. I serve love. Thank you for my life. And so it is. And so it is.
I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to sing. I'm gonna dance.